Hi everyone, welcome back to Reading Corner. It's so good to have you here to listen to the stories that I'm going to be reading for you today. I'm just wondering how the weather is where you are. I know that some people who are here with us today, the weather is nice and sunny and warm, and others it might be a little bit cold and rainy or even snowing. And right now, today, where I am, it is a bit cold. And so I need to put my scarf on because it is really chilly and I've got to keep my neck warm. But my scarf, as bright and pretty as it is not quite as beautiful as Miss Lily's fabulous pink feather boa. And I think you're going to really enjoy this story when we read it today. We're also going to be reading Are You My Mother?, which is about a little bird who wakes up and goes on a search to find his mum. And then finally, from my golden favourites book, we've got a story about a little boy who looks for the perfect pet in Pets for Peter. In fact, I think I might start with that one, and we might end with Miss Lily's fabulous pink feather boa. I think you're going to really like these books. I know I love them. So first up, let's find out what sort of pets Peter is looking for. It's high time you had a pet, Peter, said Peter's daddy one day. What kind would you like? Let me see, said Peter. I would like to try some out before I decide. And away went Peter to look for some pets. He started with an elephant. It was fun to ride down jungle paths on his great grey head. But back home, there would be no place for an elephant to sleep. Next, he tried a camel, which is not so large. Peter rode on its back between its high humps. But the camel had a bad temper. Once, it even spat. Peter tried to make friends with a lion, with a shaggy mane and a magnificent roar, and with a tawny striped tiger. He thought he would like to be a famous lion and tiger trainer and wear black boots and wave a chair. He would teach the animals to jump through hoops and things. But the lion and tiger had a fierce and hungry look for pets. Peter met a striped zebra running by on swift little hoofs. I would rather have a pony I could ride, Peter said, and even a pony is not just what I want. He tried a giraffe. It was gentle and so out of reach, and the giraffe could not talk to him at all. Next, he met a polar bear. How would you like to be a pet? Asked Peter. I would teach you to be a dancing bear, and people would clap when you danced. But the bear was not interested, so Peter travelled on. Out in the sea, he met a seal. I could train you, said Peter. You could balance a ball on the tip of your nose, and then I'd throw you a fish to eat. But the seal Peter picked did not seem to want to learn. He met a little spotted fawn that was sweet and shy, but it did not want to leave home to be a pet. So Peter wandered on. He tried out a lamb, a frisky white lamb that would kick up its heels and play. He tried making a pet of a long-legged calf. He fed it milk from a pail and it followed him down the lane and mooed when it was hungry. So Peter tried barnyard pets, chickens, and turkeys and grey guinea hens. But even a peacock, said Peter, would not be much of a pet for me. Down at the pond, he found swans that floated and ducklings that dove and bullfrogs that swelled up their throats and croaked. There were geese there too, and turtles that snapped and lay on a log in the sun for a nap. They were all very nice. They were not pets for Peter. I do not want a rhinoceros either, or a hippopotamus, or even a kangaroo with a pouch full of bouncing babies, he said. I don't even want a cute little kitten that washes its face politely with its paws. And that's about all the kinds of pets I know. All but one, said Peter. So I guess that one must be the best pet of them all for me. Yes, sir, Daddy, said Peter. I know now what I want. I want a good old, little old puppy dog. And that is exactly what Peter got. Gosh, he tried a lot of pets, didn't he? I don't think it's so practical to have a polar bear or a tiger as a pet, but a puppy dog is pretty much perfect. Now we're going to read a story about a little bird who wakes up in his nest and then goes looking to find his mother. A mother bird sat on her egg. The egg jumped. Oh, said the mother bird, my baby will be here. He will want to eat. I must get something for my baby bird to eat. And she said, I will be back. So away she went. The egg jumped. It jumped and jumped and jumped. Out came the baby bird. Where is my mother? He said. He looked for her. He looked up. He did not see her. He looked down. He did not see her. I will go and look for her, he said. Down out of the tree he went. Down, down, down. It was a long way down. The baby bird could not fly. He could not fly, but he could walk. Now I will go and find my mother, he said. He did not know what his mother looked like. He went right by her. He did not see her. He came to a kitten. Are you my mother? He said to the kitten. The kitten just looked and looked. It did not say a thing. The kitten was not his mother, so he went on. Then he came to a hen. Are you my mother? He said to the hen. No, said the hen. The kitten was not his mother. The hen was not his mother. So the baby bird went on. I have to find my mother, he said. But where? Where is she? Where could she be? Then he came to a dog. Are you my mother? He said to the dog. I am not your mother. I am a dog, said the dog. The kitten was not his mother. The hen was not his mother. The dog was not his mother. So the baby bird went on. Now he came to a cow. Are you my mother? He said to the cow. How could I be your mother? Said the cow. I am a cow. The kitten and the hen were not his mother. The dog and the cow were not his mother. Did he have a mother? I did have a mother, said the baby bird. I know I did. I will find her. I will. I will. Now the baby bird did not walk. He ran. Then he saw a car. Could that old thing be his mother? No, it could not. The baby bird did not stop. He ran on and on. Now he looked way, way down. He saw a boat. There she is, said the baby bird. He called out to the boat, but the boat did not stop. The boat went on. He looked way, way up. He saw a big plane. Here I am, mother, he called out. But the plane did not stop. The plane went on. Just then, baby bird saw a big thing. This must be his mother. There she is, he said. There is my mother. He ran right up to it. Mother, mother, here I am, mother, he said to the big thing. But the big thing just said, snort. Oh, you are not my mother, said the baby bird. You are a snort. I have to get out of here. But the baby bird could not get away. The The snort went up. It went way, way up, and up, up, up went the baby bird. But now, where was the snort going? Oh, 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 what is this snort going to do to me? Get me out of here. Just then, the snort came to a stop. Where am I? Said the baby bird. I want to go home. I want my mother. Then something happened. The snort put that baby bird right back in the tree. The baby bird was home. And just then, Mother Bird came back to the tree. Do you know who I am? She said to her baby. Yes, I know who you are, said Baby Bird. You are not a kitten. You are not a hen. You are not a dog. You are not a cow. You are not a boat or a plane or a snort. You are a bird, and you are my mother. The end. Wow, that's quite an adventure for a brand new baby bird to go on. But I'm glad he found his mum in the end. And now we're going to read all about Miss Lily's fabulous pink feather boa. What will this story be like, I wonder? Let's find out together. Up north, where the hibiscus flowers were as big as dinner plates and trees blossomed with white cockatoos, was Miss Lily's tropical holiday house. When the last Potoroo struggled up the steps of the holiday house with her big suitcase, she nearly died of fright. She had no idea that Miss Lily was a crocodile, and such a big one. During dinner, the last Potoroo kept glancing nervously at Miss Lily's enormous snout and her strong, sharp teeth. She felt much better when Miss Lily said kindly, I have a very small appetite and I only eat fish. Later that night, when the other guests went up to bed, Miss Lily asked the last Potoroo to have a cup of peppermint tea with her on the veranda. At first, the last Potoroo was too shy to say much, but she soon found herself confessing, I'm so lonely. I think I'm the only Potoroo left in the whole of Australia. Miss Lily patted her paw. I'm sure that somewhere there are others of your kind, she said. You must be brave. You must go looking for them. Maybe one day, said the last Potoroo, but she didn't know if she'd ever be brave enough to journey very far. During the day, the guests rode down the long brown river, went for walks in the rainforest and lazed in the hammocks. Sometimes the last Potoroo joined them, but mostly she just followed Miss Lily around or sat for hours on top of the hill, gazing at the long red road that wound south. In the evenings, Miss Lily took off her apron, put on a fabulous pink feather boa, and danced to the tango. The boa, which had belonged to Miss Lily's mother and before that to her mother's mother, made Miss Lily look splendid, so young, so carefree, so joyful. When Miss Lily finished dancing, she always flung her feather boa into the crowd. Once, the last Potoroo caught it, and as she draped it around herself, everyone exclaimed, It suits you. You look wonderful. The last Potoroo sparkled, feeling for a moment that she could do anything and everything. It seemed to the last Potoroo that the feather boa was somehow magical. She started dreaming about it. And when she woke up in the morning, she longed for the evenings so that she could once more see the boa and, if she was lucky, catch it and drape it around herself. One morning, while Miss Lily was weeding the vegetable garden, the last Potoroo tiptoed into Miss Lily's bedroom and opened the trunk in which the feather boa was kept. She only wanted to put it on for a moment, just to feel it curling around her. But as if in a trance, she found herself picking up a pair of scissors from Miss Lily's dressing table and snipping off a piece of the boa. Humming under her breath, the Last Potoroo folded the feather boa away in the trunk and took the little piece to her own room. She slept for a while, but when she woke up and saw the scrap of boa next to her on the pillow, she was horrified. How could she have done such a thing, and what would Miss Lily say when she found out? But the next time Miss Lily wore the fabulous pink feather boa, she didn't seem to notice anything different about it. The Last Potoroo buried the piece of boa at the bottom of the hill. For nights afterwards, she was plagued by dreams with the boa wriggling out of the soil and dancing up the steps of the holiday house. At the end of the month, the guests went home, family after family, until only the Last Potoroo was left. Goodbye, said Miss Lily. Goodbye, said the Last Potoroo, struggling down the steps with her big suitcase. She didn't want to go home. She wished she could stay longer, perhaps as Miss Lily's helper. Wait, said Miss Lily, and the Last Potoroo turned around, beaming. This is for you, said Miss Lily, and she gave the Last Potoroo her fabulous pink feather boa. Oh, said the Last Potoroo, thank you. She wrapped the boa around her body, around and around and around, and as she did so, her eyes shone, her fur was gleaming, and she felt that she could do anything and everything. Suddenly, her joy evaporated. I can't take this, she whispered. I did something dreadful. I wanted the boa so much that I stole a bit of it. I know, said Miss Lily softly, and they hugged each other hard. I hope she finds what she's looking for, said Miss Lily, as she watched the Last Potoroo disappear along the red road that wound south. In the months that followed, Miss Lily often thought about the Last Potoroo. One afternoon, she received a postcard. It said, Dear Miss Lily, I can't wait to tell you my news. See you next Sunday, and please make a booking for 10. Your good friend, no longer the Last Potoroo. And taped to the postcard were 2 tiny pink feathers. Very early the next Sunday, no longer the Last Potoroo and her new friends tiptoed through the gate of the holiday house and up the steps to surprise Miss Lily with the biggest hug ever. The end. I really hope you enjoyed all those stories today. I know I love reading them to you, and I hope that wherever you are, you're warm and cozy if it's a cold day in a scarf, and if it's a sunny day, that you have nice cool breeze to relax with. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you next time at Reading Corner. Bye for now.